Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Sarah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you and many more.
Thank you.
It's Sarah's birthday.
Yes, if I bop around too much, my crown flies off. So, I have a big head. But thank you. And thank you to all in the chat. You guys are being so sweet. So incredibly sweet. Yes.
Well, you are wonderful. And I am blessed that I met you and that you eventually wanted to be my friend.
That sounds horrible.
No, it's that you're an Aquarian and I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I saw what kind of person you were and how you handle things, and I was just like, and the Scorpio typical, mine. And you were like, what the,
Yes.
So anyway, welcome everybody, and all right, we're here to do it's Sarah Wednesday, and but I'm here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income goes to Feeding America, which provides food to food banks across the country, and we've just got a great community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other. You're so kind to me. You're so kind to Miss Sarah, and you're funny. So, yeah. All right, so we've got all kinds of questions today, but actually, we're kind of starting with it's not our usual fare because we usually do political stuff, but I think we need to talk about the more the overall kind of mood and fears in the country. So at 2 minutes 30 seconds in.
Yes. Movie trailers for 2024 are drawing on the collective fear on all sides of the political spectrum. Civil War and I.S.S. are two of the most notable movies that are coming out, and both have themes of major war and conflict. Is this going to be cathartic or make things worse?
Yes. So, there's a movie coming out this summer with a budget of $50 million called Civil War, and Kirsten Dunst is in it, and whatnot. And the upshot is that the federal government has become an absolute dictatorship. Now, it's fiction because the Western forces who are going up against the federal government are led by Texas and California. Together.
So right off the bat, that makes you go, okay, this has some plausible deniability to it. Because,
I specifically, I watched the trailer and I thought, I need to go, I didn't hear that correctly. I missed something. Because one of the things they do cover in that is militias who are outlaws and violent and awful. And there's a key moment of the trailer where one of a militia guy, the journalists who are the main characters who are trying to get across the country with their daughter, there's a militia guy who stops them and has some kind of automatic weapon, and he's in fatigues and all this kind of stuff. And the least military issue sunglasses, bright red sunglasses you've ever seen. Wonder if that's dig.
There's
but anyway,
subliminal.
Yeah, but the journalist is, look, hang, we're Americans, and the guy says, yeah, but what kind of Americans are you? And when they just kind of stare at him, he's like, "You don't know?" Huh. You know, it's just, so it's like, huh. Terry Solar says this movie's timing is terrible. Yeah.
Well,
No,
they're feeding in on the collective zeitgeist. I mean, it just,
Yeah.
if I said that right, yeah. But yeah,
yeah, it's fear of tyranny, and both sides are afraid of tyranny right now. One side, in my opinion, has more reason to fear tyranny than the other, considering Joe Biden's been president for a minute or two, and I'm not seeing the press being shut down. I'm not seeing people being rounded up. I'm seeing an infrastructure bill that passed. I'm seeing lowest unemployment in decades. I'm seeing all-time highs in the stock market. I'm seeing inflation flattening out. I see us in better financial condition than basically all the other countries in the world. But sure, be afraid of the horrible things that Biden's going to do. What?
Yeah.
Anyway, but they're really tapping into fear. And I'm just wondering, because the other thing is, I won't go into as much detail, but there's another movie coming out called I.S.S. And basically, American scientists are, going up to the International Space Station. There's some Russians already there. They welcome each other. There's a party. We're scientists. We work together. Da, 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 da. Well,
Yeah.
while one of them is looking out the window, that beautiful. I think of it as the bay window on the ISS. The one with the circular, and then you've got the, the bay window. And sees an explosion, and then sees more and more and more. This is in the trailer. I'm not giving anything away.
Yeah.
More and more and more and more, until the Earth is on fire. And the space station is just floating there, and they can't get hold of the Earth or anybody on Earth. And but there is some kind of order given to take control of the space station, the I.S.S. And one says to the other, if we got those orders, what's the likelihood the Russians got those orders? And they both turn and kind of look at each other, the whole two groups from opposite sides. And it just falls apart from there.
Yeah.
Frankly, my personal feeling is, in a situation like that, I don't know that the people on the space station would actually do that. I realize a number of them are, military or former military. Yeah, Valerie Sargent, geez, these sound crazy stressful. Yes. Yes. Visualize 70. Are you talking about the bigger picture window on the ISS station? Yes.
Yeah.
And true, Harvey Norton, fear sells. Absolutely. I mean, I tell stories. I write fiction. Fear does sell. But this is particularly kind of ramped up. So I wanted to ask about, is this going to be cathartic for us? Is this going to start a conversation? And we know conversations are good. Conversations are what you want.
Yes.
Not fighting.
Yes.
So Zircon order denied. Yeah. But let me see. Is this gonna be a big eh? Because until it comes to streaming, how many people are going to see it? How many people want to see a Civil War movie that doesn't, who are interested enough to go see that, who are willing to see both sides or see some kind of compromise movie?
Yeah.
Well, that's the important thing there, temperance. Hello. Sauna. Everybody relax. Yeah. Let me get the old rack here. Ace of Pentacles. Well, they're putting up a lot of money to make these movies, but they're also going to make quite a bit of money in return. Because these are the summer blockbuster kind of movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords, Two of Cups, 10 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. This is good. The only major arcana I'm getting here is Temperance, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
And that's the good thing about stories is it is a way to have a discussion, a way to feel your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Costs a lot. Ultimately, it'll help people. The industry's hurting a bit. This is the kind of militaristic.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I'm wondering if the real villains are going to turn out to what people are going to see is the real villains maybe turn out to be the militias. Because dictatorship is heinous, but absolute lawlessness, deadly lawlessness is, in a sense, almost worse. Almost. Because, anyway, but we need to, get along. And there's been enough pain and grief, and it's better to see it when it's fiction. See it up on, we can talk and we can get along while it's up. This is up on a screen. And then when the screen goes dark, you're fine. You look around and everybody's okay.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of art. That's what I love about art.
Absolutely.
You can really feel. And then everybody's okay. Kitties are happy,
Yeah.
The next question I wanted to ask on this was well, first of all, the I.S.S. thing. If that was a situation, would the scientists on the International Space Station, if there were, because usually there are other people from other countries too, but let's just pretend you have a group of Americans, you have a group of Russians on the International Space Station, and there is a huge war down here, and both teams are told to take control of the station. Would they actually do it, or would they nope out of it? Zircon says rule of law or anarchy. Yeah. Because to some extent, rule of law, even if it's a cruel law, I think you've got a better chance of combating that. But if you're in anarchy, chaos, malicious roaming the... Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
But, all right, Space Station. Now, full disclosure, because I love telling this, my mother, when she was growing up, she went to school with and was very close to her cousin, Diane. And they went to school together, and to some extent, Mom even had a little frustration, not a lot, but a little frustration in that people were always like, she was always kind of second fiddle to Diane, because Diane was so smart. And Diane, but in a time when, the glass ceiling tended to be right above the steno pool, Diane went into nuclear physics. And as a matter of fact, she never had kids, and they told her she really shouldn't, because she had just been around way too much radiation. But she was working for it's been a while since I looked at this. It was like is it the Naval Research? Big scientific, what have you. Nuclear physics, da-da-da. Well, in the 80s, there was, she was chosen and fully trained, and was ultimately chosen as the backup, so she didn't get to go herself. But she was fully trained to go up on one of the space shuttles. Her name was Diane Prince, Printz.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And she eventually, just kept on. It was the last space shuttle crew that was just all white men.
Ah, so before the Challenger. Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, she was fully trained. Yeah, exactly. Funny, like Wonder Woman, sort of.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, full disclosure, I'm very proud that and at her high school, they had like a whole thing dedicated to her, and my mom went out there because she passed from cancer. But my mom went out there for the whole ceremony to celebrate this woman's accomplishments, Diane Prince's accomplishments.
How cool
So,
is that?
yeah, thank you. Wonder Woman was Diana Prince, Prince. So that was different, but I was
Very cool.
All
That
right.
is very cool.
So I just want to mention that. So it's very possible I could give people who are going up into space more credit than they deserve, or maybe she was not a direct member of the military. She did not specifically join the military, but she just that was where the research.
That is so cool.
So my thinking is, if you've got military people up there who are supposed to take orders, hang on. So with the Americans and the Russians, I'm getting there are actually, it's like I'm seeing the space station with the different parts of different modules, and it's like a line here, but like in the walls, like an electrical something here to here, back over there. It's almost like there are already things in place that different governments insisted on being tucked away. Not a lot, but I'm just seeing an image of this. So if needed, this could happen here, or this could be removed, or this could be, I don't know how they could manage to do that, but so if the Earth looked like we were back in the Hadean era, when the planet was formed and we were under constant bombardment, on the defensive,
Yeah.
Strength, Knight of Pentacles. No. And actually, I don't think that order would go up. I don't. This is the strength, what we've managed to do. There's temperance here in the middle. And nurturing of the material. If the Earth was in that kind of shape, they could be the last of humankind.
Yeah, there is that.
This says no, they wouldn't, because they'd say, look, we might be it. We might be the end of mankind right up here. So we have to work together. We have to.
Yeah.
But again, talking about radiation, I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, there are, because I was married to a commercial pilot for 20 years, you know, there was, I mean, he obviously went through training. He didn't start out as a commercial pilot, but he got there. But there's a lot of talk, because even commercial pilots, they're exposed to a lot of radiation because they are up so high so often.
Yeah.
And even when you go even higher, and obviously there's more protection, but still. Matter of fact, I found it interesting that even in the trailer, when they're looking out the window and someone sees the first explosion, they're like, hey, what is this? And then other people are crowding around to see too. And it just goes. The one guy's like, we have to get out of here. And he pulls everybody out of that with the window observation and shuts that door, probably against the radiation.
The only reason I would think that somebody would want control of it, because I imagine that the ISS controls some important satellites, or they can get to some important satellites, which would, that would be the main reason I would think that somebody would put an order out like that. But
what the cards are saying is at that point, because if you watch the trailer, it's not subtle. I mean, their big thing is to show the I.S.S. floating above. You know, the Earth is on fire. So, Sandy Trunk says the I.S.S. isn't alone up there. There's a Chinese space station in orbit also. Froxy Roxy says, but the space station exists because the resources from Earth maintain their systems. I do not think they could be self-sufficient forever. I don't think they could either.
No.
Froxy Roxy says, if there's no more Earth, what's the point? The which movie trailer is actually what we're talking about is specifically called I.S.S. International Space Station. What's the point? The point is, it doesn't matter if the Earth survives if we do. We want to keep the Earth. This is where we evolved. This is our home. This is where all our stuff is. But if we can make it out, if we could survive if we could get to somewhere livable in some way, that we could make livable in some way, and I'm not saying we necessarily could, but whether it be a stop off on Mars, because we couldn't stay on Mars forever. There's not enough gravity. There's not enough. I wonder, it's cold, but I wonder if we wouldn't end up on one of the moons of Jupiter or Saturn.
Probably Jupiter has moons with water.
We think,
Well, they think now there's some liquid underneath the crust, and some vapors. So,
yeah, that might be, and depending on how big it is and what have you. But also there are other things to worry about, though, because I don't know. This gets into a whole other thing where we don't usually talk about on here, but that fascinates me to no end, which would be, but could we live there because of two things? What is the center of that moon? Does it have a magnetic field? Is it going to protect from radiation? Is it big enough to have enough gravity? And Jupiter itself is pretty darn toxic. It's giving off some hecka radiation all on its own. So yeah,
we'd have to be able to terraform something fast enough.
They'll create something. Lainey Greenwood, Mars would probably be our best. Well, the moon might be our best bet in the short term just because it's closest. after that, yeah, it would be Mars, because there are distances involved. But and is a likelihood of any of this happening right now? I doubt it. There's not enough. There isn't enough material out there.
Right.
But you know, I have made a lot of notes. I know I am working on the mystery novel. I am working on it, but I also have notes on a different series, sci-fi series I want to write about space. So anyway, all right. So, but I think this is going to be cathartic, but I don't know. There really are some crazies. Jane says underground is the only way. In the short term, you may be very right. Very right. Yeah, there's a lot of fear. Pluto's gone into Aquarius, and when Pluto changes signs, it starts kicking stuff up. And the I know that when we were in the worst of the Trump years, I remember more than once someone saying, "Oh, I can't wait until Pluto goes into Aquarius so we can get out of this energy." And I'm just like, It's different energy it kicks up, but think about what Pluto and Aquarius was before the last time in 1776. And the fight for independence and autonomy and and as much as we talk about the Victorian era as the Industrial Revolution, that's the seeds were planted. Back earlier, decades earlier. But have hope. We're going to be okay. But to some extent, this is kind of a shock of this new energy where we're kind of getting in the face of AI, technology, fight for freedom, and also things are going to get a little weird. That's the thing about Uranus, bolts out of the blue. AI creating odd things and on and on and on. So anyway, so we'll get back to the political stuff, but I just wanted to cover all of that just because I think it's GM Dave says AI is the dust up from Pluto. And yes, Pluto and Aquarius, exactly. So
absolutely.
Visualize 70 says, are you telling me that Pluto's crashing the party in Aquarius now? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, goodness.
But we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. But we just have to be aware of which way the currents are flowing.
Right.
And we have to make sure we vote. And we need to make sure that we take time to get away from the news and to talk to our friends and to cuddle with the little fuzz heads. And just appreciate the toe beans. And take a deep breath.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, at 29:10, Lisa brought up something. Trump announced this morning that he's interviewing legal firms for his upcoming appeal in the Carroll case. Lord knows he's got enough legal stuff to keep everybody busy. Will this new firm be in addition to Habba or a replacement of?
Because she had been talking, there had been talk of her becoming some kind of spokesperson or legal person organizing the legal stuff. And she wasn't the one who lost the original case.
Right.
She just made certain boy oh boy did he lose the defamation case part deux. Like holy buckets.
Mm-hmm.
He could keep so many law firms going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Family Sergeant says, ding into your creativity? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Darren, yes, cat therapy. Dog therapy works too. Cuddle therapy. There we go. Well, she says what he wants to hear. He's on the defensive. He's afraid, and she's right behind him saying, it's okay. It's okay. You're right.
Okay.
Those big meanies. And no, she's not a great lawyer. But he really he's having trouble finding good. There's more coming. The stuff against him comes in waves, and there's more coming. And so he's trying to find. He's searching in the darkness here. He can find bullies.
Yeah.
But the problem is that he goes and he talks to people at these firms, and they say, sure, we'll take your case, but one, we get paid up front, and two, you have to do what we tell you to do.
Right. And that's a no-go for him.
Right. And
he's
that's
not going to listen to anything.
No. He wants to hear that they're going to make it so he gets what he wants. Period. And that isn't how it works. But he doesn't, Mr. Narcissism doesn't get that. Stars is asking, I wonder if Dumpey has paid Habba. Last I heard, she got $2.5 million or something from him.
Somebody posted in chat earlier that she got like $4 million from a pack. That's all.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Yeah. At 32:25, Bernadette wonders, will Alina blah blah? I love that.
Midas Touch has started calling her Alina blah blah. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead.
Is she going to end up in jail, or will she throw Dumpey under the bus for anything?
Ooh.
I know she'd rather be pretty than smart, but pretty's only going to get you so far in prison and not a good direction. So...
I wonder if she's going to manage to stay out of a lot of it. And organize other lawyers to take the heat. I don't think she is as awful as we think she is. I don't think she's quite as dumb as we think she is. Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand. She knows what he is, but at the same time, she likes that. When Aries goes bad, man, God. When every sign goes bad, there's just
yeah.
Some are more in your face than others. The lawyers must bring victory. She's fine, is what I'm getting.
Okay.
And it just has me thinking that the reason that she's halfway okay, I don't know that she's entirely okay, is because this tradition, it doesn't always come up this way, but traditionally this is a card where she could walk away from this. Her feet aren't bound. She could just kind of peek out underneath the blindfold enough to see it, kind of shuffle her way, like
Right.
out the card. And so she might, Habba herself, she might say, I like this money. I like all this stuff. And I can sit behind Dumpey
Right.
and tell him how awful everybody is and how right he is. And I just get more and more money. And it's these idiots who take the risks.
Yeah. Heather Formosa says mainstream media is reporting that he has spent $50 million on legal fees from his donors. I thought that was illegal. If it's from a legal defense fund, if it's from a fund where the people who donated knew that it was going to be used for that, that's okay. He can't take regular campaign money to pay. Well, he might be able to for legal fees, but he can't pay fines with, like, he can't pay off Eugene Carroll from his campaign money. I know the FCC has changed things up a bit, so he might be able to pay some of his lawyer fees, but he can't pay fines from that.
Damages.
Yeah. All right. At 36:20, Janet asks, Trump says that he can 1,000% guarantee there will be a terrorist attack. Has he been plotting something with his nefarious allies? Is the intelligence community on this? Will he succeed? Basically, do we need to worry about anything here?
I think I read on something like this the other day, just in the sense of, because the first question was, what did he do?
Right. Yeah.
But what have I got here? We're fine.
Cool.
He's trying to stir the pot. He's trying to he's afraid. And the more desperate he gets, the more awful. I mean, he is afraid nobody's going to vote for him. Nobody. Not enough. Oh, wow. Underneath that is the Emperor card. Look at that. He's afraid nobody's going to vote for him. But what I've got here is, howling at the moon. Of course, he just overreacts. But then I've just got cups. Good. Cup card, solid. Young people voting, people making good arguments. Good. Biden has good things to promote. I do think Democrats are going to do well in November. Now, as far as, because the thing is people might worry, well, what he meant some, it could be domestic something, or the Oath Keepers or something. But if you go back and look at that actual quote, he was talking about migrants.
Yeah.
And frankly, the vast amount of migrants, they want nothing more than a roof over their head and to get some work and to raise their kids. And that's it. But he's ramping up his rhetoric as his fear increases. And yes, he's very afraid. And please don't forget, the reason he goes off the rails is, and I've picked this up for a long time, he has very violent fantasies about what he wants to do to people. And his fear is that those things will be done to him.
Yep.
Whereas we're out here and we're like, we want him to go to prison.
Yeah.
But he's convinced he is literally afraid of being dragged through the streets, is what I pick up. And it's like, dude, I wouldn't touch you with a barge pole. Why do you drag you through the street? I just want you in court. And I want the bailiffs to, when you're found guilty in a fair trial with real evidence, I want the bailiffs to go, yeet you into a cell, and where you get incredibly boring food and you can't be on social media. But not him. He's convinced because all the heinousness he wants to do to other people.
Mm-hmm. He's so vile.
Yep.
So vile.
Yep.
All right. Cherry Bomb says, no fish delight for you. Mm-hmm. At 40:30, Lisa Katz says, will the DC Appeals Court continue to delay the January 6th trial by not making a decision?
Yeah. It's been 3 weeks. Could we move this along?
Yeet. Oh, goodness.
Come on, people. We're on a schedule.
And as far as other stuff going on in the chat, I would absolutely be okay with Engoron giving me a birthday present of a dissolution. So,
yes. Oh, I think it would be a birthday for all of us.
mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd have to order a cake.
Share.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for my birthday, I want Biden to win. Because my birthday is the 6th and election day is on the 5th.
Yes. There we go. Mm-hmm.
Because it's all about me. No, I'm kidding. I'm really kidding.
Oh, goodness.
But as usual, for my birthday, I would very much like people to vote.
Yes.
Blue. But vote.
Yes.
At least just vote. Please vote.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't agree with me, please vote.
Just vote.
And it hurts my heart to say that, but it's more important. The important thing is voting. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting. Maggie Hughes has been reading on Trump too much? What do you mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I think there's somebody else.
Yeah, waiting. And this is on immunity, where Trump should be able to do anything. We listen to this, or I listen to it. This idiot lawyer argued that yes, any president should be able to get SEAL Team 6 and order the murder of his political opponent and be completely immune from prosecution.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
This is all minor arcana. Which I'm hoping means let's not lose our minds here. Let's not go extreme. Everybody's the same. Nobody's above the law. They shut him down because nostalgia. This is how we do things here. And then, of course, Trump will go try to get to the Supreme Court or what have you, because this. Yeah, he's awful. There reaches a point sometimes with the cars, I'm just like, he's going to be awful. He's going to appeal to try higher up to try to be awful. Do I need to
right.
That's the yeah.
I'm going to read this next question, and then I am going to step away for a very quick second and be right back. But at 44:05, both Eileen and Love Julusane were asking, Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Representative Tenney. Will he actually win? I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Cats. Collectively, cats should win the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, no. Just no. 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 Not at all. Not a little. Ixnay. There is utterly no way. Somebody was trying to suck up to him. Magician. I'm sorry, the Peace Prize, after you've been adjudicated for assaulting a woman in a heinous, truly heinous way, where you have 91 criminal indictments, and you think the Nobel Committee is going to be like, yeah, that guy. No. And they don't want to have to give it to you there, because, and then be afraid they'd have to give it to you in prison, and not in a like Nelson Mandela way, but an actual just prison for all of the crimes you actually committed. So somebody was just trying to suck up to him. I mean, yeah, Becca, Nobel Peace Prize for what? 91 felony charges? Killing millions from COVID due to incompetence and negligence? Raymond Pascal says 122 criminal charges. I haven't been able to find details that say that there was talk that something had been unsealed in the Jack Smith case, and it like raised the number of charges against him, but I haven't been able to find reporting on that. Yeah, Cherry Bomb, Nobel Peace Prize for January 6th. Yeah. Please. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so I want to jump to number 8. All right. I want to jump to number 8 about the Democrat Missouri, Cori Bush. DOJ delivered a subpoena to the House of Representatives Monday in investigating her for misuse of federal security funds. Will she have to step down?
Okay, so we'll put that in at 4640 when we started reading it. Sorry about that.
C.C. Ryder, Nobel Dunce Prize. Here's the thing. If she did it, I want her to be held accountable. That's the difference between our side and their side. Let's have a fair trial with evidence.
Yes.
C.C. Ryder says if there had been an additional 31 charges, it would have been breaking news all over the place. I think you're right. But this is a little faking falsity full, and there's temperance because the sword of truth is coming. That's all we want, sword of truth. So the truth is coming. Will she have to step down? Is it if she's a representative? If she's a U.S. representative, then she's up for re-election in November anyway.
Right. And I think she is. Let me double check that.
It feels like it might go on for a while. The whole investigation, and it could get very, very ugly. They've made it clear they're starting something, and that's pretty shaky ground and on the defensive. It just feels like it's going to go on for a while. That's the main thing I'm getting, and
okay.
Becca, that is absolutely true. A storyteller makes things up to help others. A liar makes things up to help themselves.
This is true.
That is very wise. That is very, very wise, and I would expect nothing else from you. I would expect nothing less from you.
All right. At 49:25.
All right, hang on. Earlier, one thing that was said, someone was saying something about they think that something will be released today before 5 p.m. Well, he did say that he wanted to make his ruling before the end of the month, so by today. Should we read on Engoron?
Sure. All right.
I agree, empath. Tassos and Lenormand, that was profound. Yes. All right, Engoron, and your ruling. I mean, he did just get that report from Barbara Jones, but something tells me he didn't wait 14 months, which is for her to just turn that in on Saturday,
Right.
with nothing between here and there. Engoron. Not only one, I'm getting he's not afraid. Two,
Okay.
I'm getting he really doesn't like Trump. He wants to be fair, but he's like, this guy's guilty. He just is.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, he's already ruled on part of what was brought against Trump and said,
true.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has lied and lied and lied and lied, and just, it's not been good. And he's bullied, and he tried to bully Engoron. It's just
Yeah.
and not let's say not exactly stellar arguments. Legal decision right in the center. That could be today. Queen of Swords. So, and what the monitor Barbara Jones saw will be a part of this.
Awesome.
Magician. When the Magician card, I mean, I've often talked about when the Magician card goes bad.
Right.
Well, kind of the neutral, I would say the neutral meaning is kind of a pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be pulling something off that's unexpected. It can be pulling out something that until that moment is sort of hidden, even if you kind of expect it.
Right.
And when the Magician card goes bad, it's a con man. But when the Magician card is really good,
Mm-hmm.
he is using every suit. Those are symbols of each of the suits. Pentacles, cups, wands, swords.
Mm-hmm.
And he is combining heaven and earth with the infinity symbol above him. He is using all of his powers, all of his knowledge, everything that can be used.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that feels like Engoron's doing.
Good.
And I've got a decision right in the middle. So
I would rather wait closer to last minute for something thorough that can't be picked apart in appeals later than for him to be like, okay, cool. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we know he's going to appeal, but
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, but we don't want to give him a leg to stand on for grounds. So
yeah. So I pulled just a couple more cards. These are ill-gotten gains. These are fruits of labor, or as Hal Spark says, fruits of crime. Magician right underneath that. Sword of truth, creating a huge burden.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take it step by step.
Mm-hmm. And
so it's not just
to me.
Exactly. So it doesn't feel like it's just okay, this is a ruling and things will happen eventually. It's like, oh, no. Here's the calendar. Mm-hmm. Here's how this is going to happen.
Well.
Thank you, Lois. Thank you.
Oh, that's very sweet. I think we have time for about one more, I think.
At least.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Well, then we'll throw another one in before this last one. Let's see here. At 54:30.
Hang on. Midas touch. Watch now. Oh, come on. When it pops up at the top on your iPhone with like a headline or something, some notification. No, you're supposed to be able to just pull down and you can see all the notifications. But like that, I just saw, it's not here.
And
that just frustrates me.
I'm sorry.
And it isn't like, no, that's this. So it's just frustrating. All right. Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
No, you're good.
Midas Touch I just saw a notification. Midas Touch is going live right now. It says something about Trump is finally facing his reckoning. I can't. Kimberly Cano says Majority 54 just came on. I'm just wondering if something hit the news that I wasn't familiar with. And the empath says, anybody want to buy a golf course?
Do you want to buy a golf course? Okay, bye. Yeah.
It's just an announcement for later. Okay, thank you. Hang on. Yeah, The Crown was awesome, Sarah. And yes, he's a writer.
Yes.
Fruits of Crime. No hits on the news. No Engoron. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Darren says he trusts technology too much, in my opinion. I love technology.
Okay. My head is all big today, so my crown's not sticking right because I don't have any hairpins like a goober. All right, we did take a detour, and so looking at time, we might only have one more. So no, do not apologize.
It just made Cindy laugh. Just cracked up loudly.
Good. Oh, good. Happy to be of assistance. At 57:15, Holly Coleman asks, what does the month of February have for us in general?
Okay. Lady Eva, yes. Happy birthday, Sarah. May your year be as lovely as you are.
Oh, thank you.
And the irreplaceable Cherry Bomb says, buy 2 Trump properties, get a free Eric.
I was trying to keep you straight.
That was awesome.
I mean, then again, they're probably going to be on fire sales, so we might be able to get them cheap. And I need a new pathway, and Eric's good at pouring concrete, right? So February.
Valentine's Day. Lover's card. They'll be good, they'll be bad. God. Queen of Cups, I've got a Death card. I've got 4 of Cups, I've got a 2 of Wands, and I've got a 5 of Pentacles.
All right, explain, Lucy, because I'm not getting the warm and fuzzies here.
Well, no, what this is I think I need to be more specific, because what I'm getting is a lot of, there's going to be stuff, and a lot of it, just like every month, and don't stress about it. It's like, okay, this is not the country crashing down. This is not the economy collapsing. This is not, let me see if I get something a little more specific, or specific politically, or with Trump. Politically or with Trump.
Yes. At least not so ye.
Catherine Lopez, yes, Valentine's Day is the same day as Ash Wednesday, or as I call it, Ashentine. Matter of fact, I'm going to cover you up for just 1 second.
Sure.
If I go back up here. See? On the 14th. Ashentine. It's right after Mardi Gras. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. February. insult to injury. Star, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Emperor, Ace of Cups. Oh, there's going to be more. Oh, first of all, he's going into the month with a little legal insult added to the quote-unquote injury, or what we would call justice. Let me put these up here. It's easier to see. Star. So hope. There's hope. There's hope. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Emperor. See, this is the kind of thing like Speaker Mikey, he hates everything. Willing to work with the Democrats, but Trump says no. It has to be like bludgeon. Kind of, but no, they're gonna rain on your parade, Trump, and maybe some others on the right. But you're gonna get your parade rained on. So Trump just keeps trying to push this hard line, but that's helping Biden. So, I mean, I'm getting more of kind of what we think.
Okay.
Would be like what we're kind of expecting. Card for the readings, the Hermit. And politically, Republicans not doing well. Isolation, having to walk away, legally hurting them. Here's suspension. It could be, it's Trump being hit hard, and this is major arcana, not good for the Republicans.
Ruh-roh.
And part of it is because they're still listening to Trump, and with this, who needs his bludgeon.
Yeah.
But still got that underneath. So I'm getting, what you'd expect.
Margaret, I'm going to make sure that gets put on tomorrow's list of questions about Florida and the IDs and everything, because it is atrocious and it needs looked at. It's Wednesdays, so we're on a little bit of a time constraint today. You all are absolutely fabulous. And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. And for those that are talking about the Aquarian energy, my husband's birthday was yesterday. My birthday's today. My mom and my daughter's birthday is on the 16th of February. But I have a set of twin sisters whose birthday is on Valentine's Day. So we radiate that Aquarian thing pretty big. So, like, we all know we love each other, but we're okay if we don't talk to each other every day. It's okay. We know I love you and I got you. You need me, you call me. We're there. With my daughter, it's a little different, but everybody else. Yeah. So.
Which might be, and in fact, your son is sitting right on top of my midheaven, my midheaven and my north node. So we talk about business a lot, and our goals and our dreams and what work we're doing, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So we talk about personal things too, but I think a lot of the time you and I, we talk about work, or we're sharing cute memes with each other, or
yeah.
So anyway,
never says minus the fourth. Yay, aquas unite at a distance. Yes, it's like that Doctor Who thing about the hermits united. They don't get together. That they have meetings like once every 10 years or so. Like, space. Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy birthday, Miss Sarah.
Thank you.
Precious.
Oh.
All right. So it is 1:12 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I will be over on the Creative Sprints, and Sarah may be there, maybe not. We'll see.
I will be.
Oh, okay. But whatever Miss Sarah wants to do today is exactly what Miss Sarah should do.
I will be there, but thank you. So I want to spend my birthday with all of you again. So
there we go. All right, so we'll be there, and other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. Please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together, and there really are good days ahead. So, and don't let the movie stuff and the people trying to wind you up. Go just push it away and go cuddle.
Yes.
Go cuddle the fuzzies or whatever. So, yes, CC Ryder, toodles. All right, take care. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Bye.